as a Chiefs fan, you've been pretty
Mhm.
spoiled. You've been here, you've done that already with Super Bowls
Mhm.
in the Patrick Mahomes era. But how are you feeling about this one? Little over a week away. How are the nerves? Eagles, very good season,
Mhm.
stiff competition. That defense with Vic Fangio looks awfully good. How you feeling?
You've said it. We've been spoiled these past couple of years, and with 15 running the show, I can't say I have a lot of nerves. Even in the Bills game when we were kind of down late in the game, no nerves. Because we have Patrick Mahomes running the show. The man just knows how to win football games. Plays fantastic during the crunch time when it matters. So, personally, not very worried. Eagles, obviously, a fantastic ball club playing phenomenal football. Saquon Barkley is going to be tough to stop. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good as a Chiefs fan.
Let me ask you this. What does betting playoff football look like in games where your Kansas City Chiefs are playing? How do you separate your fandom from your sports betting, or do you basically stay away from any action on Chiefs games at all?
No, I do not stay away. I am always looking for an edge in the Chiefs game. It's a game I'm either going to go to or sit down and watch, so I got to have a little skin in the game. But we were actually talking live backstage about it. That live betting, the Chiefs has just been phenomenal, not only this year but in years past. When they go down 7-0, their opponent gets that quick score, and that money line drops to plus money live. It's almost an auto bet for me each time. I'm putting my emotions on the line too. Maybe that comes back to hurt me sometimes, but overall, I love backing the Chiefs, man. It's tough not to do with Mahomes.
I mean, it's been it's been pretty good the last few years. I mean, a few seasons there, they were an absolute bank machine for bettors on spread tickets, on
Mm-hmm.
money lines, of course. But yeah, live betting is an interesting one, and like you mentioned, we were talking about this before we went live. Like knowing that Patty Mahomes is getting the ball in a clutch spot, like I don't know, man, it just feels so easy.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of things like traditional Super Bowl prop bets. Is there anything you can't wait to bet on things like the coin toss or Gatorade color or halftime show? Anything like that you always look forward to betting come Super Bowl time?
I mean, it's the Super Bowl, so you got to have sprinkles on all those fun bets, right? Heads for the coin toss. I'll probably go purple this year for the Gatorade color. No research, just off the top of the head, but it's a great prop betting event. Probably the most bet event overall sports this year, and so you got to have some skin in the game on those prop bets. Obviously, I've already got Chiefs money line booked. I've got a Chiefs future booked. But as far as those novelty props go, yeah, I'm diving into every one I can. I'm looking at the over already on the national anthem as well.
Okay. Any inside info there we can bank on?
We were chatting this morning and somebody said this guy really likes to riff out those long notes. He's a piano guy, so he might be a few extra piano solos, tick that clock over, but that's kind of all I got there.
Dude, this is the handicapping that I absolutely love at this time of year, man. Let me ask you this though.
Mhm.
What is the most degen bet that you've made so far? You've already highlighted like a few of the bits of the action that you've got, like Chiefs money line, etc. But is there anything that's deep in the weeds, degen stuff for Super Bowl 59?
Oh, absolutely, man. As a Chiefs guy, there's tons of Taylor Swift props out there, of course. So I have already locked in with my buddy Colby. We have locked in Taylor Swift to be shown on during the broadcast of the national anthem at plus 400. Now, the stipulations, it is not during the singing portion of the national anthem. It is from the first musical note to the last musical note. So might get a little bit of buffer, a little extra cushion there. But I can just see the camera panning over all those Chiefs players. And then you get to Travis Kelce. And who are they panning to next? They're going to Taylor Swift up in the booth. Cash that plus 400 before the game even kicks off.
I love that. You've even got TV director chops, like thinking like a
Yeah,
TV director in there. I love that.
it's
Let me
it's
ask you
just a
this.
storybook.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me ask you this from the chat. Sean says, are we hitting yes on Taylor Swift, Travis Kelsey proposal here?
See, my buddy and I we were live today talking about this one, and I'm thinking no. And part of that is Travis Kelce, I think, is going to really celebrate this with his team. Travis Kelce is a team guy. Obviously, loves his girlfriend, loves Taylor Swift, but he's a team guy first. He's very, very focused about getting this three-peat for the team, for the city, for the coaches. So I would go no with the proposal. I do think It probably happens maybe shortly after, but on the field during the celebration, I would lean no.
Let me get into a little bit of X's and O's here. What
Definitely.
mismatches on the field of play come Super Bowl Sunday strongly favor your Kansas City Chiefs here? Is there anything you can isolate that, we could see come to fruition on Sunday or maybe even leverage into some prop bets?
I am definitely looking at DeAndre Hopkins to be a force in this game. He is not so far this playoffs, but when you look at the Chiefs pass catchers, you got to worry about Xavier Worthy. You got to worry about Hollywood Brown. Obviously, Travis Kelce's in the mix. And that third guy up is DeAndre Hopkins, who, again, hasn't done much, but he's a veteran guy with experience, a pair of surefire hands. I'm looking for him to be more involved specifically in this game. I think overall the Chiefs pass catchers are going to have a good matchup against the Philly secondary as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that's been made about, in particular, the two rookie corners in Philly who have had very, very good seasons. They both
Absolutely.
look very, very good. But I don't know. There's part of me that thinks that Patrick Mahomes may attack the rookies. Like, and if DeAndre, if he's lined up against one of those, I know he only had one catch for 10, 11 yards last
Exactly.
week. I think it could be something that he does try to expose in that game come Super Bowl Sunday. For anyone out there that is maybe a bit more of a casual NFL fan or maybe a casual bettor, given that the Super Bowl always brings out some betting newcomers, is there anyone maybe a bit further down the depth chart that might be worth a sprinkle in something like anytime touchdown markets or maybe even a different player prop market for the Chiefs?
Yeah, definitely. As far as anytime touchdown or even his over 1.5 receptions, I love Noah Gray. Backup tight end, the focus is going to be on 87, but 83 is out there a lot of snaps for the Chiefs, whether he's blocking on the run or running his routes by himself. He's been a sneaky pass catcher for the Chiefs this year. He's been involved a lot. I've cashed on his 1.5 receptions plenty this year. I've got a sneaky feeling he might find his way into the end zone with that extra attention on Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's the guy that producer Steve, who isn't here today, that he's earmarked in some betting
Yep.
markets as well, especially this playoff season. So good call out
Mm-hmm.
there. From a betting perspective, oftentimes bettors can find a prop like over 2.5 players to throw a pass. So with that in mind, only quarterbacks have attempted passes on either team this season. So is there someone on this Chiefs team that could be called upon to throw in a trick play situation and cash this prop?
I mean, it's always in Andy Reid's bag to throw out a trick play, whether it be a reverse and a wide receiver pass or whatever it is. And he's going to bring his full bag for this game. Last game of the season, he's going to leave it all out on the field. My mind would go to Kelce just because of the ex high school quarterback stature, but I would say maybe Pacheco would be kind of a sneaky guy. I don't see them running a play with Kareem Hunt like that. I think it'd be more just a pitch out to Pacheco and see if you can catch someone sleeping running down the sideline. But that one worries me.
Isaiah in the chat agrees with you there as Kelce as
Kelce.
somebody who could help hit that over. Let me ask you this. Let's just say the Chiefs do go out there and they do complete the three-peat. Is this then the greatest football team that the NFL has ever seen?
I mean, you're asking a biased guy, but yes, I think so. They have already made history. They are the only team to win back-to-back Super Bowls and get to that third one, and they have a chance to make history again going with the three-peat. You can't deny what Mahomes has done in his 7 seasons as a starter. 5 Super Bowl appearances. He's been to the conference championship every single game. The 2 conference championships he lost were both in overtime. One of them he didn't even hold the ball. So I would say this is probably one of the best dynasties in football. There's going to be obviously Patriots chatter of he needs 7 rings to get Brady, but I think what this team is doing is undeniable.
Let me ask you, I get 2 more questions. First one is, what is your final score prediction for Super Bowl 59?
Final score prediction. It's going to be a great game. I think we see a little bit of back and forth. I'm going to go 27-24 Chiefs. I think we pull it out with a Butker field goal right at the end.
And what is your favorite Kansas City Chiefs player prop for Super Bowl 59?
Probably what we touched on. I like Noah Gray. Over 1.5 receptions is probably the line. It might be a little bit juiced, but I've got no problem paying the juice, man, on 2 catches from a guy that can just sit down 3 yards in. And you actually brought up another one of Patrick Mahomes over his rushing yards. The guy has been
Yeah.
scrambling and using his legs when he needs to. I think if the Eagles secondary is locked in on guarding those pass catchers, Mahomes is going to find a place to roll out. 12 yards seems like a steal.
And we saw him do a little damage in the last time that these two met on a Super Bowl Sunday with those legs as well. Shaggy, let the folks know where they can find all of your great content.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow me on Twitter at Shaggy_bets. Like you said, I am a writer and a content creator for Betting News. Check us out at bettingnews.com and at Your Betting News on all socials. Appreciate you having me, man. I'm looking forward to this game.